Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of WTWO's Beyond the Stands. Of course, I'm your host, Rick Semmler. I'm joined by somebody who I used to cover a lot in the Wabash Valley for softball. She has since moved on to the Division I level as a freshman and tearing it up for the University of Evansville. I'm talking about Kate Ridgway. She joins me from Evansville today. And Kate, nice to see you.
Hi, Rick. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's good to see you. Last time I saw you, you were tearing it up at Sullivan. So how's it been being a student athlete at the Division I level?
Well, it's been a big adjustment with lifting and practices every day, along with classes. But I think we've been adjusting pretty well. There's 5 other freshmen, and we've just been working together and going through it together that way.
Now, I know you played high-level travel softball, so you did travel the country, but with playing kind of in a cold-weather state, you play a lot of road games to start the season. As a freshman, how is that, juggling school with being on the road so much to start your college softball career?
Well, it's really not too bad. Our first tournament was in Furman, North Carolina, so we had like a 9-hour bus ride, so there's a lot of time to work on homework and things that way.
Nice. So I had you on, obviously. We got to talk about softball. You're, as I mentioned, a true freshman on Evansville's team and off to an amazing start in your college career. A big moment last Friday. Evansville knocked off 24th ranked Kentucky. You were the starting pitcher in the game. You went the distance, complete game. You struck out 4 batters. You helped the Aces pick up their first softball win over an SEC school since 2007. What did that moment mean to you and to Evansville?
Well, it was a huge win for the program and the team. It was very much a team effort. The first inning with our offense getting 7 runs was insane. But I'd say for me, I tried to just think of it as a normal game. Obviously, there was some nerves, but I tried to just channel that into excitement and just stay pumped up that way.
You say you try to treat all your games the same, but I mean, like, whether you face, I saw you play Butler, or I mean, you're playing a ranked team in the SEC. Does it hit you a little different when you take to the mound?
Yes, I'd say so. I feel like there's something to like being the underdogs, though. It's kind of just exciting. Like there's not really that much to lose, so you can just go out and do your best.
Now you, come from a 2A school and you dominated at Sullivan. Did you imagine that you were going to get to Evansville and get the chances? I mean, you're starting right away, pitching a lot. Did you think that you would get this opportunity right away with Evansville?
I didn't really expect it, but I do feel very grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten so far.
And give people, a lot of people from the Wabash Valley follow this, and we don't have a ton of D1 athletes. We do have some. What is it like to be a Division I athlete compared to, playing high school softball? Just paint people a picture of the big difference.
I'd say a big difference would probably be like the intensity of like the lifting and the practices and just like staying diligent every day, and when everybody has like the same amount of like drive, and I think that just really helps a lot, like with the team environment.
You speak of everybody has the same drive, but we got to go over your stats. I mean, just off to an amazing start. As I mentioned, a true freshman. You're 4-2, a 2.50 ERA, 35 strikeouts. You're tops on the UE pitching staff in wins, complete games, innings pitched, and strikeouts. Pretty impressive start, would you say?
Thank you.
Would you say that's a pretty impressive start for you?
I would say so. There's still work to be done.
Like what?
Just with my different pitches, I've started working on some new things with my pitching coach here and cutting down on some of the walks and things.
I did notice you had some walks. That's different, but obviously the talent you're facing may be a big reason behind that. What is the one thing so far that you're proud of that you've been able to accomplish so far at UE?
I'd say a big thing is that now I have a rise ball, which I did not have before in high school at all. and it's improving a lot. And I'm starting to throw it in games and getting lots of like swing and misses, and some strikeouts on that too. So
Nice. I've seen plenty of softball. I wouldn't want to get in the box with you. I've seen the fastball, so I wouldn't want to get in the box with you with the rise ball. I want to thank our sponsors of the show, Crow Equipment Incorporated, Midwest RV, and Andrews Heating and Air Conditioning. So, as I mentioned, you're off to an amazing start in your true freshman season there. Have you hit some bumps in the road that maybe you don't see in games, but in practice where you've really had to push yourself?
yeah, there's definitely been some days where you have to push through like some soreness, a little bit of like certain like injuries and things. And towards the beginning of the season, I made like some changes to my pitching windup, and that was kind of like hard to like get through that, I guess. But yeah, it's all worked out.
Now, I know a lot of schools and batters faced you here and respected you. How much better do you believe you're a pitcher you are right now from when you left Sullivan?
Um, I'd say a lot of it. I'd say I've made a lot of improvements since coming here, and I would give the credit to my pitching coach, Doug Gillis. He is amazing.
Nice. What is it like to play Division I softball? I mean, you play in the MVC, a very good conference, but you're playing other schools as well. Describe to people what the talent level is out there on the Division I level for softball.
The talent is definitely, gosh.
Did I put you on the spot?
No, it's okay.
I guess the big thing I mentioned before, you played high level travel softball. So, like, is it comparable,
Yeah.
or is it even different from that?
I'd say it's comparable to that because a lot of girls that play high level softball go on to, or travel softball go on to play college.
Good deal. How much did playing that high level softball get you ready for this?
I think it definitely prepared me a lot playing travel in the summer and things.
One of the big things I've learned is I have 3 kids, 2 of them pitch. You can have great stuff as a pitcher, but it's a mentality thing too as well. Being a true freshman out there at times, how much mentally is that your biggest key out there, that you got to believe in yourself and believe in your team behind you that you can get the job done?
Yeah, it is tough at times, but knowing that you have like a really strong defense behind you is definitely helpful. And knowing that you don't have to strike out everyone, you just have to kind of make them hit it, and then your defense will take care of it.
How different is that? You speak of that. I mean, you had a gazillion strikeouts in high school. You're getting the strikeouts, but not at the same rate. Is it a different mindset that you go out there pitching, like you said, that you don't have to strike everybody out?
Yeah, I think that's something I struggled with at the beginning of this year. Like when I did have like more walks and things, I was trying to be like too perfect with like my spots and things. And I think what's helping me cut that down is just trying to throw strikes and trust my stuff.
Nice. I like that. Talk about, okay, so you still got a lot of season. You've played 18 games, but this is a college softball. You play a ton of games. What are your individual goals going forward the rest of the season?
I'd say my individual goals would be to have a winning record, well, I guess this is kind of a team goal,
Okay.
but I think winning the conference would be awesome.
Hey, I asked
And
about the
yeah,
image. I love the eight. You're always about the team. I love that. I love that. So, how fast you throwing these days?
I think on average around like 63.
63. So equivalent to baseball, that's like 93. So you're bringing it pretty good these days. So how much is that up from your days at Sullivan?
Up like a couple. I feel like I was more around like the 60 range in high school.
Nice. Now I got to ask you. We talked so much about Sullivan. Talk about your time being an Arrow and playing softball there. How much you enjoyed that?
That was a few of the best years that I've had playing softball. That team was special, and I definitely miss playing there.
You speak of that. You guys had tremendous talent. Went to state, regionals. Just the run that you guys had there. Just How confident was that group that you guys felt you could really play and beat anybody?
We definitely had the mentality that we could compete with anyone, especially when we had like such a tough regional against North Posey, and we always kept it close with them. So
You bring that up, I got to mention that. I was at that regional game against North Posey. I can't remember the girl's name. I'm sure you do. What's the girl's name that pitched for North Posey?
Aaron Hain?
Yes. So you two just had a
Yes.
battle. That game went extra innings. She's at Michigan now. You're at Evansville. I mean, that game, I kind of didn't want it to end. It was just two incredible pitchers going at it. How much did you enjoy competing against a pitcher like that?
It was definitely a great experience. She's awesome, and it just sucks that we had to face them every year in regionals.
I understand. Yes, they went on to obviously go to state and all that stuff. So, how much though facing those kind of pitchers makes you better and up your game?
I think it definitely kind of helped prepare me for college too, because all the pitchers here are very high level, and playing against Aaron and girls like that helped. First of all, like build confidence to know that I could compete against those girls, and also
You're good.
yeah.
You're
That's where I'm
good.
going with that.
We were talking. You come from a very athletic family. Paul Ridgway, your brother. You got brothers, but he's a sophomore right now, tearing it up at Sullivan. Who's more athletic between the two?
Well, I guess it depends on the sport, because basketball was never really my forte, and he's obviously very good at that. But I guess only time will tell.
If you got in the box, could he hit you?
No, definitely not.
I like the confidence you had there. To talk about another thing you do, when you go out to college, you have a great family support, but they can't always be there at games. I know I had talked to your mom after you beat Kentucky, and she was so proud, but she couldn't be there. What's that like to play? And they want to be there, but they can't be there all the time, and not having your family there all the time.
Yes, it's a little different since they were always there in high school, but I know they're supporting me from wherever they are, watching on the live stats and things, so I know they're always supporting me.
Good deal. Well, Kate, I won't keep you much longer. I know you got classes to go to, and you're a good student, so you won't skip out on the day. So, congratulations on your start to the season. Again, you're 4-2, 2.50 ERA, 35 strikeouts. You lead Evansville pitching staff in wins, complete games, innings pitched, and strikeouts. Hey, keep tearing it up, kid.
Thank you. I will.
Good seeing you, Kate. Again, I want to thank our sponsors of the show, Crow Equipment Incorporated, Andrews Heating and Air Conditioning. Remember, you can follow Beyond the Stands on Spotify, CastBox, Pocket Cast, and iHeartRadio, and always on mywabashvalley.com. That does it for Beyond the Stands.